Всем привет! Say hello!
Привет!
И сегодня мы продолжаем наше видео-интервью. Я буду за камерой, Питер будет отвечать на мои вопросы. Some women ask me about how you what happened when you open my profile, why you choose me, so many beautiful women. What happened, why?
I was very lucky. I was very lucky to find this profile. There are lots of beautiful Russian women on Elena's models. There are lots of beautiful women on all of the different internet dating sites. It's for a man, it's like looking in the window of a candy store. There is a lot of candy. So I think your profile was very nice. But, you know, there are a lot of nice profiles. And you just, I think after the beginning, after you read mine, you sent me hello. That was very nice. It surprised me. So you got my attention. Say hello. And then after we started to communicate, writing back and forth, and then Skype, This is what makes the difference. The profile just is a way to say hello, and you know there are lots. You saw lots of men, and you just have to go one at a time and read. And I think that after you have been reading for a while, you learn, the expression here is to read between the lines, to understand a little bit more about the person just from the way they write. A lot of people write the same silly things. I want a family, I want to be happy, I want this, I want home. Everybody writes a lot of the same things. This is normal. This is okay. But you read in little things, and then you say, I'd just like to talk to this person. And that's the next step. You talk, and then see.
Okay. For Russian men,
Right.
If a woman has 1, 2, 3, this is too much. Small children. What about American men? This is a big problem or no? What? If a woman, young woman, but she was married, divorced, and has children.
This is an interesting question because the answer is different depending upon age. If you are a man and you are dating a woman who is, say, 30 years old, 35 years old, 40 years old, it is almost certain that this woman has children. Very few women do not have children. If you are dating a 19-year-old, then most likely they do not have children. So I think that most American men understand that the women have children. The question for any man is, what does the woman expect from him with these children? Does she expect him to become their father? Does she expect them him to pay for all these children, or not? And this is an open question. I think that, like men every place, some men are happy with children, and some men are not. American men are either way. So I don't know. I know that I have no problem with your 16-year-old daughter. It was a lot of fun. So she's a good kid.
Okay, next question. In Russia, usually if a woman met man, she asks him what is his profession, and she understands, and what is his job, and she understands he is not rich, but no, like he has no problem with money. What is here? How woman can understand if this man, what is his job, and what is his profession? What is, no, for example, what is good profession for man to understand? What is good job for man to understand? One moment, I open the door.
Okay, this is a good question. There's a couple, two things. First thing is that a lot of people on the internet, on the dating sites, do not tell the truth. Men don't tell the truth. Women do not tell the truth. Men lie sometimes about their age. They say they're young and they're not young, they're old. They say they're wealthy and they're poor. So this is common. Women say they're beautiful and they're not. Women say different. So, okay. Now the next thing is it is different to understand professions for Americans to understand Russian profession, and for Russian to understand American profession. A man here in America can have a good education but not have a good job, or can have little education and have a good job, and make good income and be able to very easily support wife and family. So it's not always education, and it's not always job. Some jobs here in United States, for example, if a man is a plumber or an electrician or a carpenter, these jobs for men make thank you. These jobs for men here in America pay sometimes more money than college professors. They make more money. If you are dating or getting to know an American man, be patient and just ask questions. And if you don't understand, ask another question so that they can explain to you what they do. And some, like I say, people without much education have good jobs, own their own house, have savings in the bank, and are very good people. So you just need to ask questions. That's all.
Okay. Okay. Next question about if woman like this man, but man only talk with this woman. What woman can do?
I understand. This is an interesting thing. And this is very different for American men and for women on the dating sites. American men, I think, are, well, I know that from talking to Russian women and from reading on the Russian websites that Russian women want to know, is this man serious? Is he ready to get married? Does he want to? Yes, yes, yes. Is he serious? And
how understand this?
American men, I think American men like to at least move a little slower. They want to a little bit talk with the woman, and they want to get to know the woman a little first before they say, okay, you are the one. I want you for the rest of my life. They are, it can be a problem. Some men don't want to. You have to just ask. Some men want to play around and just talk or go on dates, but they don't want to be serious. They call that, they have a name here, they call that Peter Pan syndrome. Peter Pan, do you know from the play? They call it Peter Pan syndrome, that the men never want to grow up. I think that a woman can see this in reading a man's profile. If you read a man's profile and he has been married, divorced, married, divorced, married, divorced, I would think you should be very careful. And also, if the man talks about his relationships, maybe you can ask him, how long were these relationships? Were they just short, or did you have long-term? And you can ask also, they can tell you or not, why did the relationship break up? But American men are different. Some American men, a lot on these sites, are looking to get married and looking for their partner for the rest of their life. But I think they are not in as big a hurry as the Russian women. Russian women want to know, are you serious? Okay, good question. I don't know.
Maybe woman just ask this man.
A woman can, if you can ask, you can definitely ask, and this is not a bad thing, because if a man is not certain, he will just go away. And if he knows that he is certain, then he will tell you, yes, I am looking for someone. I want, and this is another thing that it's to understand. American men want a partner, but in America, more and more, this being a partner doesn't always mean getting married. You are the partner with each other, and you share everything, you live together, you do everything together, but sometimes here, people do not get married, and they are together for 20, 30, 40 years, forever, but they do not get married. So American men sometimes look at marriage differently. That's all, just different.
But I think if American men go to, for example, in Elena's models, look for foreigner wife, I think this man understand. He can live with this woman only if they are married.
You would think so, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong?
You're wrong.
Okay,
Because American men go on Elena's models, and they go on other websites. They go on websites, dating websites from all around the world. And just because they go on Elena's models, they go on Elena's models because you look, and the women are beautiful a lot, and they are educated, and this is a very interesting website, but it is just another website. Just because a Russian woman wants to get married doesn't mean American man wants to get married the same way. So this is different. If you want to know, as a Russian woman, don't assume that the American man thinks this way. Just ask, are you looking to get married? If the man says no, I'm not looking to get married, then you can move on next. So.
Okay. If, next question. If woman and man like together, this conversation on Skype, all is good. And next step, they decided to meet someplace. What is better? What do you think? Woman come to the man, man come visit woman, or someplace, and who pay for all this stuff?
First, before we talk about places or anything like this, the man pays. If you go to dinner, the man pays. If you go to the movies, the man pays. If you go to travel, the man pays. The man should pay. Even, yes?
If man tell, okay, come visit me, and he didn't tell I pay for all this.
What should you do?
What?
Just simply say, you sending me a ticket?
Yes.
The man should pay. Man should pay. This is there are the truth is there are a lot of women who earn more money than the man, who make more money than the man. But this is traditional, and it's a good way for a woman to know that the man is serious, that the man is willing to pay. If he's not serious, he's not going to pay. So this is a good test. So the man should pay. Where to meet? Meeting is very important. The man should you can discuss. You can share ideas. Maybe you have an idea. Maybe he has an idea. I think that any idea where the woman travels to the man's country and everything like that is not a good idea. I think the man should travel either to the city where the woman lives or someplace, because I know, for example, that it was difficult for me to get a visa to go to Russia, but we wanted to meet. So we picked someplace where we could both go. We went to Paris. The man should travel, and then the two people can share, if they want to, making plans. But then when the plans are made, the hotels, the airplanes, everything, the man should pay.
Okay, and Russian women think this is expensive for Russian women, and maybe only one room.
This is a good question. What does the man expect? If the man is paying for the woman to come and going to a place, what does the man expect? The man should expect to meet the woman, but this is something to discuss before you meet or agree to meet. If you are going to get one hotel, okay, is it only one room or are you going to have two rooms? The woman should always feel comfortable and should not feel that she has to sleep with the man. This is her choice. The man is probably always going to want to sleep with, but she should feel comfortable. So you talk, that's all. Let's just talk, make plans. And the man pays.
Okay.
No more questions?
Oh, maybe you just no. What you read in profiles, woman profiles, and what did you remember? What
Profiles
what
are
is funny? What is
profiles are
interesting?
profiles are funny or
About
fun. The profiles. This is, you should, if you're dating, you should have fun. Women should have fun, and men should have fun. I remember looking at lots of profiles. I didn't all contact a lot of these women, but I love looking at the pictures and the profiles, and I think women should do the same. And I remember going with friends, maybe we go to a restaurant to have a dinner and have a glass of wine, and we look at profiles. Look at this, oh, she's so pretty, and so look at this one. This one is a university college professor, and she is, oh my gosh, So, okay.
First video. I just ask you, maybe you remember something interesting or something terrible in this profile. Do you remember something interesting?
I remember some profiles where I remember one woman. You write like you tell about yourself, height, weight, education, but then you write story. And I remember one woman, she went on and on and on and on. Who is going to read all this? Why would anybody do this? She wrote a novel, a complete novel on this profile. And then other women write nothing. You read this, there's nothing there. So I think sometimes people write something funny just to see if somebody will read and send them back. I remember that I saw a profile from one woman, and she said, I am paralyzed. I am in a wheelchair. I have to be cared for. I don't expect to find someone who will want to date me because this is too much. But maybe I can find somebody to talk to write back and forth. And I thought, wow, this is right. And I wrote her, and she wrote back to me, and we wrote maybe 3-4 times, and I don't know, never heard from her. But this was very interesting. This was different. So if you're writing in your profile, there's something, write something a little different, and just
you mean women sometimes need change pictures and change her profile, make more interesting, more maybe little fun, maybe like this.
Absolutely. Same as men. Women need to change pictures. You can have like I don't know how many pictures, but you can move them around in different orders. Like number 1 becomes number 4, or move them around, or you can put a new picture. It's very easy to see for a man if a woman puts her age as 50 years old, but she looks 20 years old in all her pictures. What is going on on this? So everybody maybe has a picture that's 1 or 2 years old. This is okay. And also what you write, it's in a couple weeks, maybe you change it or say something different, or anything, because it makes it more interesting. And sometimes what happens is that someone like me will look at a profile, and we will like mark it. We won't write. We will mark it, and then we will come back in 2-3 weeks or something and look again. And if you change or this or that, this makes it more interesting and makes somebody want to say hello.
Okay. And next question: if woman, good woman, and but she really want married, and she little no, like aggressive little, and every day check, every day write. If man didn't answer, she write him, why you didn't answer me? What do you think?
What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? The man is going to go block. No. It's good to say hello. There's no problem. Or to send a note. But if someone does not respond to you, try the next man. Don't. And this is a problem. You said a woman, and some men too, just want to get married. Marry who? I don't care. Marry. This is a problem. So I don't recommend it.
Okay, you recommend be yourself.
Absolutely.
And just not too hard work on this website.
Well, I think when you're looking for someone, it's very lonely a lot of times. So one way to help is not just to be on the one website, be on 2, 3, 4 websites. So I think if you're on that many websites, this will keep you very busy. Maybe it will work out well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
One moment. Why do you think, I don't know, Russian woman in America, you met some woman before you met me?
I met 2 different Russian women here in America.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
And what can you tell about maybe Russian woman, or maybe you know why some men looking for not in USA, looking foreigner?
First, the Russian women that I met here were just very nice women, and I met other women that were not Russian women. It just happened that I think on some of the dating sites there are a lot of Russian women. I don't know why. I didn't go looking and saying, this one's Russian, I want to meet her. This Ruskaya is very pretty. But so yeah, there's just women like other women. Some American men are looking for foreigners, and just because they think they have had a bad experience with American women, there is a difference, a big difference with women from other countries, because they view the relationship differently, and some men like this. It's just different. Other men like me, I did not go to look for women in other countries. I looked for women every place. I looked here, I looked there. It didn't matter to me. I just happened that I got very lucky with this blonde, beautiful Russian woman. But I never thought that if someone had said to me 4 years ago, "Oh, you're going to be traveling to Russia today," So, no. But it's just different for other people. Now, this is a good question because I have a friend who was actually born and raised in another country, came here, made his business here, but came here as an adult, made his business, made lots of money, everything, but he is originally from another country. He married an American girl, had 2 kids or something like that, and this marriage went very badly for him. There was a big difference culturally. I think that he, even though he lived here, he dated American women, he still wanted a woman who was more traditional, like from where he grew up. But he married an American woman, and she did not want to be traditional like what he wanted from like his mother or something like that. So this marriage and cost him a lot of money. So he got married again about maybe 6-8 years after his divorce, and he married a woman from another country. He did not marry an American girl. He married a woman who understands and comes from that traditional background like him, and they are very happy. So this can be important. But my Russian bride is not from my background, but we're very happy.
Okay, and I think maybe last question, just for fun. What foreigner's wife number 1?
What?
You tell me before. For American men, foreigner's wife from what country?
From what country?
What is popular country?
Oh my gosh! Oh, this is crazy. From different countries.
What is most popular?
For Americans, for marrying from different countries.
You tell me one country.
Did I? I don't know. I maybe told you something, but there are so many American men marrying. Some are crazy. American men marry for different reasons, some bad reasons, but some are marrying these young girls from the Philippines, and they think and they do. This is 50-year-old man marries 20-year-old girl from Philippines, and he thinks this is going to be fantastic. Maybe. So, but yeah, some are married, but American men are marrying. See, the Philippines this is interesting because a lot of Americans spent time in that part of the world as part of being in the military, in the Army or Navy, Marines. So United States has big military presence in the Philippines, and then of course we fought in Vietnam, we have military in Korea. So a lot of American men got familiar with Asian women by being there. So maybe they end up marrying for this reason. Some American men marry Germans and French and Russians. So this is no one thing. Here in the United States, you do not have to go to different countries to meet women from all over the world. You can meet women the same as I told you. You can meet women I dated from women who were from Russia, but they were here in the United States, in California, Nevada. There are Russian women on the dating sites that are all throughout the United States. There are women from any country in the world, and they are here in the United States, and if a man wants to date this way, he can date this way. You don't have to go outside of the country. You don't have to travel this way. But everybody is different. I don't know. I think why does a Russian woman want to marry an American man? Why?
Okay, I think and I find one more question. About you, for example, and about other men who, for example, find good woman on the website from Ukraine or Kazakhstan
Okay.
or Russia.
Okay.
And what do you think? If man interested in this woman, should this man read about tradition this country, about, for example, Russian women sometimes cannot understand why men for some holidays like birthday, Women's Day, don't give flowers woman, because we have this tradition. What do you think?
I think this is something, and it's not just the American man, it's the woman from Kazakhstan or from Ukraine or from Russia too. This is where people should talk and ask. You should understand that you have different traditions, and you should just ask what is traditional for birthday. I know that I found out that some do not celebrate a birthday, they celebrate naming day. I never heard of naming day, what naming day is, but this is like birthday, but it's not birthday. With Russia, for so long not having the church, Russia lost the tradition of a lot of the religious holidays. Here in the United States, religious holidays are very common. You should just talk, ask questions. What is normal? I was very surprised when I sent flowers to you. I was very surprised, but I read about flowers because I didn't know what flowers should you send, what flowers should you not send. Does one flower mean you're sending to a dead person? Does one flower mean it's good? And I did not know that you should not send even number of flowers. Should be odd numbers. You should not send 12. You should send 11. You can send 13, but not 12. Here in the United States, a dozen flowers is the most common. A dozen is 12. This is the most common. Nobody ever heard of this being bad luck or anything like that. Also, what was this with yellow flowers you send is for a funeral or something like that? I don't know. Anyway, there is a lot of this on the internet. I don't know that you have to buy a book or read or study. It's not bad, but you don't have to. I think you just have to ask and talk. And this is fun because then you get the other person to explain this to you, and this is very interesting.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I think enough.
Did you turn it off?
Yeah, no.
No, not off.
Всем пока.
Пока.
Интервью закончено. Подумаю я еще. У меня есть что сказать на эту тему, но это будет в следующем видео. Thank you, Peter.